is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of the records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all I have for the boring intro. So what are we doing this week, Jeff? Go.
We're doing Atreyu, The Curse. That's it.
Atreyu, The Curse. Their second record from 2004, 5. Fuck, I don't even remember right now. But, yeah, we're doing that record, The Curse. 2004. Sorry, there we go, 2004. We're doing this record, classic metalcore record. Like I said, we're going to break it down, give our biggest bangers, give our stinkers if we got them on this record as well. And just kind of talk about the scene a little bit too, because we grew up in this scene. We literally went to the same high school as this band. We hung out with this band over the years. Various members of this band we've hung out with. Other bands have played at our high school back in the day as well. We have a very, I don't want to say close connection to the band, but we have certainly a connection to the band.
To the scene in general, for sure.
Yeah, in the scene in general, yeah. Growing up in Orange County, going to Esperanza High School, living in Yorba Linda, all of the above. So let's get into it. Let's give our origin story with Atreyu, and then we'll get into first impressions and then start breaking it down from there. So origin story, what do you got? Go.
I mean, I don't have any real connection, because outside of like the big hits, like even Lip Gloss and The Curse, that was just like high school. I didn't like Atreyu in high school. I didn't like metalcore in high school. I still don't like a lot of metalcore. Like, a lot of this shit just sounds fucking dumb, dude. It's just not fun for me. Like, even like the Killswitch record with the heart in the cover, like that's Like, I just don't care. It's
the end of Heartache. The end of Heartache.
Yeah. I there's a nostalgia chord with that one. It's just I don't care. Maybe I like Atreyu more just because you've liked Atreyu for so long, and you always play Atreyu. But then like Joe and Rudy liked Atreyu, so like everybody liked Atreyu, I guess. I just don't. I don't know. It's weird because I always think like, oh, I have no nostalgia with this, but then some of these songs play, I'm like, fuck, dude, this is good. Like, it brings me back to partying. It brings me back to like junior, senior year of high school. It brings me back to that era. But I still don't like metalcore that much. It's a dumb genre. It's a dumb genre.
That's fair.
Overall.
No, it's fair. I get it.
Really is.
I generally speaking, I don't really like metalcore outside of a handful of bands, and most of those bands come from the Orange County scene. So, Atreyu, Bleeding Through, 18 Visions, Death by Stereo, Adamantium, just shit like a lot of the local stuff. But outside of that, I like a couple Killswitch records. I like a couple, metalcore records here and there. But overall, I think the scene sucks. Honestly, most of it fucking sucks. Converge is killer, but they were way before. They were like several years before this record. But proper modern metalcore, this is Atreyu. Honestly, Atreyu kind of started what became metalcore that we know of nowadays. Like, they were the starters of modern metalcore.
They're also the starters of the shit metalcore season.
That's true too. No, you're totally right.
This record specifically is the start of shit metalcore.
You're
even
right.
though this
I
isn't
agree.
Shit metalcore.
No. And with so origin story real quick. For me, it was the second EP, Facades on the Face of Your Porcelain Beauty, whatever that stupid EP is called. That was my origin story. Somebody played Someone Standing on My Chest, the version that's on that EP, and I was blown away. I was a freshman in high school, was like 2001, maybe late 2001, and I remember I was right next to the gym locker rooms, and somebody put a Burn CD I had a Burn CD from a friend. That song came on, it blew me away. And then that weekend I went to Hot Topic and I bought that EP, that Facade EP, because the first record hadn't come out yet at that point. And yeah, I was obsessed with the EP. And then when Suicide Notes came out, I bought that immediately from Hot Topic, and just I've been a fan ever since. And I mean, I will say their last three records I just don't care for at all. I don't care at all. But in the end, Atreyu is still a top 10 band for me. I fucking love this band. The nostalgia hits hard. I've seen this band so many goddamn times. The last time I saw them though was their reunion show at Chain Reaction back in 2014. But otherwise, between 2001 and 2014, I've seen them a dozen fucking times over the years. I mean, the nostalgia hits so fucking hard. I love this band. So that's my origin story and kind of my first impressions with the band as well. So first impressions on the record of the album of the week, The Curse. What do you got? Go.
I mean, I remember like in Glen Ellen, what was that? Family Values or Ozfest or something.
Yeah, there was
when Atreyu. Maybe it was Family Values because Ryan.
It was Family Values. Yeah, it was Family Values. It was 2007.
And I just like.
Yeah, it was
I remember even then too because I just did not like metalcore, and I was like, "Oh, here's Atreyu. Watch the last song they're gonna fucking play is that stupid, shitty cover that everybody pretends to like because it's not a good cover.
The Bon Jovi cover.
The Bon Jovi song. It is not a good cover. It's stupid and sure as shit, man. Like nobody give a fuck about this band." And all of a sudden, the last song they play to end their set is the Bon Jovi cover. And I was like, dude, this scene sucks. Like, it's just so dumb. It's such a subset of another two different other subsets that are just nobody cares about. But anyway,
it was 06. It was 06. Sorry, Family Values 06.
The Curse.
That was when you saw them. Yeah.
The Chaos. This is Chaos. That's his Chaos.
Yeah.
What was the I don't know. This brought back a lot of memories. It was fun. It's a good record. It's something that like Renee likes a lot. She loves this record. And like I said, like Rudy and Joe, who were in our band, they like this record. I don't think Mike Grant ever give a shit about
no, he didn't care
almost
about
like music in general. Like he never really talked about like music in general outside of like a few small bands, right?
Outside of really Blink. Like he never outside of like the Blink related bands, he never really talked about music. But I mean, God, dude, what an incredible drummer Mike
but
is.
that's even more annoying though. Like a guy that doesn't even like care that much about music is that good at playing the drums. Like what a dick.
I know. He was so good.
What a prick. I know he's like the nicest guy we ever hung out with.
I know. Literally probably the nicest guy we've ever outside of like Brian So. Like Brian So and Mike Grant are probably the nicest people we've ever hung out with.
Yeah. Those guys had no business in our terrible friend group. But yeah, the curse was the thing that like this came out while we were in high school, and it was fucking huge. And I remember just everybody just gushing over this shit and like, oh my god, you Bleeding Mascara, right side of the bed. These songs are so fucking good. And like I remember in high school, I'm like, oh dude, it's just fucking metalcore. It's gonna sound exactly like fucking the first record because I hated that first record in high school. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
it's just noise. But then like honestly, like some of these songs, like the singles would come out and. You know, you hear them and people are playing them and stuff. You're like, oh, that's actually pretty fucking good. And that's why I think like this is the beginning of the shit version of like metalcore, because now it's not just like punk metal, but now we're like getting into the pop realm of writing songs. Even though I don't think this record is shit, this started the shit genre of metalcore.
100%. Yeah.
Like metalcore died with this record. It became shit after this.
After 2004. I mean, if you kind of think about it, I mean. Bleeding Through put out, honestly, their best record just prior to this. 18 Visions had already run their course with their best records, and they had gone, after this point, they had gone more into the more pop-oriented stuff. Killswitch Engage, too. They went softer at this point. I mean, a lot of the big metalcore bands, Avenged Sevenfold, I mean, they put out Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, and they put out Waking the Fallen in 2003, and then after that, they put out, what's the fucking record with Backcountry? Whatever the fucking record, I can't even think right now. But I mean, that record came out in 05, and it's just like that. It sounds nothing like the first two records. So, I mean, I kind of agree with you. This is like the beginning of the end of like solid metalcore music.
The only other band that I don't want to say I like them, but I've listened to them a lot is As It Lay Dying. And I do think like An Ocean Between Us, and I do think Shadows, like those two records came out around the same time as The Curse.
They did.
Like that is it. But I do think like Shadows and Ocean Between Us are fucking amazing metalcore records.
They're great.
And if it wasn't
but like
for Atreyu,
Frail
those
Words
would be,
is
like,
a better.
best.
Frail Words came out in what 02, and that record is just an absolutely phenomenal record. It's so brutal sounding. It has some melodic stuff, but in the end, As It Lay Dying doesn't hold a candle to like the best metalcore. I mean, I don't care what people say. Yeah, it's super technical. It's super technical,
yeah.
But who cares, man? You got to write some good fucking songs. Have some great fucking killer riffs. But As It Lay Dying, they're too technical. And that's not a bad thing. It's just it doesn't make for great songs. It makes for great parts, some cool parts. I'm not going to say great parts. Some cool parts, but it doesn't make for a great song.
I would
Be a fucking
venture to
killer
say,
drummer, all
like,
that kind of shit.
again, for me, I don't really care about this genre whatsoever. So I'm fighting a fight that I don't really care that much about. But I think like I think Butt Kisses is like the best. I think it's the bee's knees. I think it encompasses exactly what metalcore kind of set out to be. But I do think An Ocean Between Us is probably the second best because it's like, damn, we took Butt Kisses and just churched it up and made it tighter, made it more technical, made it for musicians.
True.
But like that's really it. Everything else I think is just fun.
But Shadows also came out like 2-3 years after Butt Kisses did.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, we're not talking about As They Lay Down. We're not talking about Butt Kisses. We're talking about The Curse here today.
The Curse.
The Curse. This is honestly, this is like probably, it's not their most successful record. It's not their highest charting record, but it is the most iconic record for the band. You talk about Atreyu, everybody's going to talk about The Curse.
I think this is the fan favorite, right? This is
100% the fan favorite.
For sure.
Yeah. I think this might be the only record they've ever played like or done like an anniversary tour, done anniversary shows for. Actually I take it back. They did do Death Grip and they did do Lead Sails. But they were doing like that Green Day thing where it's like a flip of the coin where it's like we're either going to do Death Grip or Lead Sails, much like Green Day was doing American Idiot or Dookie. It was that kind of same thing. But in the end, The Curse is truly, truly the fan favorite. And rightfully so. I mean, this record is incredible, from every which way. Vocally, the guitar playing on this is fucking killer too. And Brandon's drumming. I'm going to talk about Brandon's drumming a lot. Dude, he's a killer fucking drummer. And Alex's lyrics. I love Alex's lyrics. I mean, honestly, we're not big lyric men. You and I are not big lyric men, but Alex is like one of my favorite lyricists. As kind of maybe silly as it sounds, Alex and Dustin from Thrice, when we did The Artist in the Ambulance, those two records that we did, when we did Butt Kisses and when we did Artist in the Ambulance, those two records are the only records we've ever done that actually kind of blew me away with the actual fucking lyrics. Because I just, especially Dustin from Thrice, but the way Alex... Yeah. But Alex, the way he writes music on Butt Kisses and The Curse is very emo. It is very over the top, but the way he describes things and his metaphors, and I think they're so perfect. They are so perfect, and they encapsulate what he's trying to come across. It's over the top, but it still works, and his wordplay is very good. I love his fucking lyrics on this record and Butt Kisses. I don't give a fuck. I love his lyrics. I fucking love it. And the guy was 22 when they put this record out. He was 22. We're 38 right now.
These lyrics are a timestamp. Like that's what they are. They're not bad. They're not like great. They're not revolutionary. They're not super complex. But they set out to do something and they achieve that goal, and they do it in a way that's not cheesy or contrived or redundant. It's good. It's funny. It's cute. Sometimes you're like, okay, like I have to remind myself that it's 2004 because it's stupid as fuck. But the other times, like, oh, that's pretty damn good, dude. Wow. But overall, like these are pretty damn good lyrics because he does kind of. I mean, the whole loose concept of like the vampire thing and like him using the vampirism as like a metaphor to his relationships. That's not like a new thing or whatever. It's been done before. But he does it in a way that matches like the aesthetic of the music, right? You can't have like sappy love lyrics with like super aggro music because that doesn't make any fucking sense. So he matches sappy love lyrics with some of the slower parts of the record, and then like the more aggressive parts of his lyrics match the aggressive parts of the record. I think that's just like that to me is good songwriting. Absolutely.
Because I mean, you have bands like Hawthorne Heights. They had a lot of fucking bands from the emo metalcore scene who had equally as like kind of cheesy lyrics, but the music doesn't match the lyrics. And honestly, they're a lot of the stuff we saw from the scene was very surface level. Like they didn't have like deeper meanings. They didn't have the metaphors. Like the vampire stuff, is a little bit cheesy. The Anne Rice stuff is fun. It's cheesy when you're a teenager. I fucking loved Anne Rice. I love the Vampire Chronicles. I fucking love it. I still do. But it's very of, being a teenager and shit like that, being younger, and he did it fucking well. Like the way he, the way he connected everything to his own anxieties, paranoia, relationships, things like that. I thought it was fantastic and way better than almost every other band was doing at the time. Even like a band like My Chemical Romance, like Gerard Way. We did My Chemical Romance a couple of years ago, and we did the Black Parade, and it's just like his lyrics were fine, but they were just as emo, but not nearly as deep and just
they were
creative. They were dumb. They just weren't as creative, and they didn't feel as emotional, and it wasn't as effective as, say, what Alex does on the first two Atreyu records. So I don't know. And Black Parade came out like a year after this record, so it's not like there's a huge gap between the two albums. So anyway, the Curse. That's Curse. This is Curse.
We haven't done like a proper breakdown of an album, so you always forget, like, oh, do you have any stinkers? What are your bangers?
I know. And I think I do, but then I'm also really excited about this because I do like this band so much, and I like this record so much, so I'm just excited to be here.
That's fine too. That's fine too.
I'm excited.
It is.
So
Like, I guess just going off the rails even more. Like, it is really interesting because like we both were in the same scene, dude. Like like I went to a lot of hardcore shows or a lot of metalcore shows that you wanted to go to that I didn't want to fucking go to. I didn't want to go to. I didn't know the bands, didn't care about the bands, but still went. And it's interesting to see like two people in the same fucking scene, and one person like likes it a lot, and one person like is kind of indifferent. Yeah. But both still like kind of come around and agree that like, yeah, this is a genre defining moment here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think when it comes to you and I being friends and going to shows so much together, I would go. I mean, we would go to shows to see bands that one of us liked a lot and the other person didn't like at all. Like Smoking Popes. I'm not a big Smoking Popes fan, but you really like that band, and we went and saw them, and it was a fucking great show. It's like it's just one of those instances where it's just like you love them. I think they're fine. They're cool. They're good, really good. And Atreyu is one of those, like, especially at the time, you didn't appreciate Atreyu as much as you do now. It's just one of those things. We just always were going to shows, no matter really who the band was or bands were.
And they were like $15, $10. So
if that, some of them were free shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the scene at the time was just so, there were so many fucking bands. Like, you can go to a warehouse show. Like, I would go to shows with my cousin. Like, because my cousin's like 3-4 years older than us, and so he was in bands, punk bands, metal bands and shit like that. So I go to like these fucking CDS warehouses in Placentia or fucking Anaheim, all fucking night, and we just watch him and I would just watch like 10 bands play all fucking night. And everybody be fucking wasted at these fucking giant warehouses out there. So I don't know. It's just like that was the whole scene, and then Chain Reaction and Glass House and Showcase and all these iconic venues out here in Orange County. The scene was insane during the late 90s up until like the late 2000s, man. The scene out here was absolutely fucking insane. It's a lot quieter now than it used to be, that's for sure.
It truly was insane. It was just, we're talking like, dude, like Tuesday nights, right? We're talking like like all venues are having like just a full showcase of banger bands that are playing with 4 or 5 like bands deep that are all local, all bangers, all greats, decent crowd for like a $10 show.
Yeah.
It was something else. It was good. It was something else.
It really was.
It was something else.
Man. So let's get into, do we have any stinkers on the Curse?
No.
Any stinkers?
No, not even close.
Yeah. Same here. Absolutely no stinkers on this one. Let's get into the bangers. I mean, all the songs are bangers. Obviously the intro and the interlude, those are kind of like throwaway tracks, but otherwise
the intro's a throwaway track. The intro is truly an intro. I like the interlude.
The interlude's really cool, but it's still, I mean, it
has a
cool.
melody.
It's cool.
It has a melody. It has a beat, and it's something I can latch onto. It's cool.
But it's an interlude. I'm not going to throw it in as a banger.
Obviously it has no business being on here. You could take it out completely, and the record would not suffer. So yeah, okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, I have no stinkers on here. Let's get into at least our top 4 or 5 bangers on here, and then we can kind of run through the rest depending on how it goes. So let's go with your number one banger. What do you got?
Bleeding Mascara.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
just because like
banger.
you go from the intro, then all of a sudden you go go.
I know, the double bass. But it's not even like it's like this
Fucking
crazy double.
dirty,
It's not
dude.
even a crazy double bass. It's just like a very kind of even tempo, just kind of consistent. It's not even the tempo's not even that fast.
It's
but
not
it's
that
still
fast.
Killer.
But his vocals go for like 6-7 seconds. He's, and he kind of opens his mouth towards the end of it and kind of like comes back in. Dude, it's an amazing song and
He
an
goes
amazing
into,
opener.
Like something like that. I don't even know.
And then he goes right after that too. Like, god damn,
Guitars
dude.
are just
Like, what
fucking
you
ripping it
fucking
up.
Doing?
Dan Jacobs on lead guitar. I mean, Travis plays lead as well, but Dan Jacobs is the guy really that plays most of the leads. But in the end, there's some rad fucking dueling guitars and great lead trade offs. But this opener in Bleeding Mascara, it's very much Dan Jacobs like just ripping it up with the solo, and then Travis just holding down that rhythm section. It's so fucking killer. What a fucking incredible opener, honestly. What an incredible opener.
What I like about this record too is like the clean vocals are always like there's some modulation on them. It's like a weird verb, or maybe like a small verb or something. It's never just like a truly clean thing. So it's always like a little bit dirty. So it's always a little bit kind of like metal. Like we're not getting him as like this like Dio thing where it's like I can really sing. Listen to me. It's always kind of in the punk realm. Let's mask it a little bit with a little bit of like, I don't know, studio effects to make it seem like he's not a great singer, but he's actually he's a good singer. So like that's also why I like this, because the singing's never, even though the singing can sometimes be in the front, it's never, I don't know, it's never kind of in the front. You know what I mean? Like,
he doesn't. It's not like he's trying to because Brandon does the clean vocals in this band on this record especially, and he doesn't try to shine. He doesn't try to be up front. He still has that kind of theater kid kind of sound to him, but it doesn't. It makes sense for this record. He doesn't try to overshadow Alex like he does on later records. Like just the balance between Alex and Brandon. Alex doing the screaming, the unclean vocals. The balance between the two guys on this record is truly, truly incredible. The back and forths in some of the verses, not just like between the verses and choruses, like the verses too. Like they're just kind of like almost just the call and response back and forth in these parts are just so fucking good and so balanced. It's fucking great.
And that's like clearly what Atreyu missed like towards the end when like Alex left. It's like, fuck, man. Like even though you have another guy here that is doing the Alex parts, like this guy has no idea
player.
who you are. He doesn't know your nuance. He doesn't know like
it's the bass player.
Yeah, but like he's not Alex. He's not doing those same.
Yeah,
parts.
he's not doing the
He's filling a role of a guy that he's seen like do stuff or whatever, and then like he's like, okay, I think I can do it, but you can't do it. This is like this is just
Alex
like an innate
is so
thing.
unique.
Like,
he's so unique.
But like this is something a specific musician can have, right? Like I don't know, talent wise. Like this is something that a talent that Alex has, is he knows when to come in, when not to come in. He knows when someone is kind of struggling with it, so I can prop you up, or like now it's my turn, sit down. Like it's just commanding and talent.
Yeah.
I know that's what Alex had.
But also, at a point in this time with the curse, it wasn't just like a solid, Alex does the verses, Brandon does the choruses, back to Alex on the verse, back to this and that. Like there's a lot of sharing. There's a lot of like mixing. But with it, I mean, obviously Brandon has he's the predominant role in the choruses, and then in the verses, Alex is the predominant role. But there's still a lot of nuance. There's a lot of just like little accents that they throw at each other. And then we hear it on later Atreyu records where Mark comes in and he does his own screaming on top of the other two guys. But Mark wasn't on this record. He didn't play on this record. He joined the band just after they recorded this record, and joined on the tour. But he's been in the band ever since. But in the end, Mark's not on this record.
No, and again, like the Alex and Brandon kind of dynamic is that is Atreyu.
Yeah,
like
100%.
That's Atreyu.
I totally agree. And that's not being disrespectful toward Mark or Porter, whatever you want to fucking call him, Mark or Porter. his screaming is fine. I don't think it's anything to write home about, but his screaming is more of an accent to what Alex is already doing as a lead vocalist, as a lead screamer. I don't think he really holds a light to really any hardcore screamer at all.
Nah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll just say that. But we're not really. Why does it even matter? He's not even on this record. So who cares?
What B is Bleeding Mascara for you?
4. It's my 4B.
That's wild.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you could be wrong.
I think I have 5 Bs. How many Bs? I think I have 5.
You only
Bs.
have 5 Bs. Come on, dude.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, 6 Bs.
You gotta have more Bs than this.
There's only fucking 11 songs.
You gotta have more Bs. But anyway, but I mean, typical with this band, especially of this time. It's the faster, heavier verses, halftime choruses with Brandon on vocals. It's very metalcore, very of its time, very of this band. Not a bad thing. It's just how these songs are really, really structured.
You know, the best part of the song is
what?
It's not 4 minutes long. It's like 2.5 minutes
true.
long.
It is like 2.5 minutes long. Yeah,
like, dude, we just don't. And that again, metal in general, and like metalcore,
too much.
Just way too much fucking music. Like songs do not need to be 5 minutes long. Every song just doesn't need to do that.
I agree. I totally agree. Lyrically with Bleeding Mascara, it's about a beautiful woman who's just a terrible person. Just leaves a trail of broken hearts behind her. But, you can't help but be infatuated with her. And, Alex is, I mean, based off of his lyrics, he's just he's
an emotional dude.
He's an emotional dude. He's kind of a sweetheart. You even watch him like in interviews. Like he's kind of a shy, kind of like awkward, kind of dorky dude.
He's an emo kid, dude.
He's an emo kid, but it's just like, and you see it in his lyrics. You hear it in his lyrics. I fucking love it, but I love his lyrics too. I think they're fucking fantastic. I love them. Like what is? I mean, this is very like vampire driven, but he says, "It's more than words and more than feelings. Sucking me dry is my marrow that sweet. Your dead lovers have left a trail of broken hearts and misspent hopes, sucking them dry." Like, goddamn, dude, it's so fucking,
over the top.
It's so over the top, but I love it.
I think it's a great song. This is why it's my 1B. I think like the aggressive tone and nature of the chorus is like a perfect fit, and it shows like how deep that emotional cut was. Because I think that over the course of the record, we'll see him just be very emotional and then just be very emotionally disturbed and depraved and cut and hurt and sad. Yeah. But I think Bleeding Mascara is like perfect because it's not like the title Bleeding Mascara, right? You think about the other person, but it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's him. It's his follies. It's him going through the ringer and getting fucked over. Yeah,
absolutely. And what an opener! I mean, in the end, I mean, you get the intro that's like a minute long.
That's crazy, dude. The go part like doesn't get you going.
I know.
Like, come on.
No, I fucking love it. And I mean, honestly, this is like the opener for their sets for years and years and years. Like a lot of times when I've seen them, this is the opener is Bleeding Mascara, because I mean, you can't come out with a better opener than this fucking song. It comes out so heavy, so fast, aggressive. Man, dude, it just really sets the tone for the whole show.
It's one of those songs that like if they play it as an opener, like I guess we're getting fucked up. Let's go.
I know.
Like we're okay. We're just like getting thrown in the deep end to like learn how to swim. That's his fucking song.
Dude, and I mean, at the time it was this band too, because I mean, so I saw this band one of the times I saw them, and I know I've talked about this on the pod, so I'll be short with it, but one of the times I saw them was one of the first times I actually ever hung out with Tammy. Well, not one of the first times, but it was very, very early on with her and I dating. We had only been dating for maybe not even a month at this point, and it was 2006. They were playing at the Bren Center in Irvine, which is on the UC Irvine campus. They're playing at the Bren Center, and I didn't even go with Tammy. I went with friends of the pod, Rudy and Joe, because they love Atreyu too. So the three of us drove out to Irvine, which is even far, but we drove out to Irvine from Buena Park, and then we met up with Tammy and Justin. That was the first time I ever met Justin. Friend of the pod, Justin was that an Atreyu show.
That's wild.
Yeah, the first time I ever met him, and he was kind of like weird. He's like, "Who is this? Who are these random guys that are Like, because he had been friends with Tammy for a few years at that point.
Especially because like Justin is the opposite of fucking Rudy and Joe.
Yeah,
at that
complete
time.
fucking up. Yeah, 100%. So I'm this knucklehead showing up, and with Joe and Rudy, you know,
idiots.
these two guys that are like 2-3 years
Shooting
younger than
BB
me.
guns on the fucking freeway and stuff.
That we literally did that on the way to the Atreyu show. But these guys are also like 2 years younger than me. Like these guys are like straight out of high school. Maybe I think Joe was still in. Actually, they were still in high school. They were seniors in high school.
Yeah, they were probably seniors.
They were seniors in high school. Yeah, and you know, showing up with this guy and to Tammy, and then so we meet him there, and then from first to last, or no, every time I die, no, from first to last opened, and it was when Sonny was still in the band. So Skrillex was in the band still. So it was from first to last played. It was fucking crazy. Every time I die played, it was even fucking
crazier.
Got even fucking crazier when they played. And then Atreyu came on, and fucking dog, get out of here, dude. Atreyu came on, and it was absolutely insane. And I know I've talked about it before, but dude, people were literally launching people in the crowd. Like people would go up to crowd surf, but then people were like, you get like 5 people behind somebody, and they would throw them like they were just like a shot put, just throwing them into the air, into the crowd, and people were just. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I've been to 1,000 shows over the years.
OG crowd kills, dude.
That's and I've never experienced a crowd this crazy. I've been to crazy fucking shows, but this was the craziest. And the amount of people flying around, security was out of their fucking minds. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know who was crowd surfing. They didn't know who was like flying through the air.
Too, like these fucking folk.
It was an absolutely crazy fucking show, and it was during this era. It was before Death Grip came out. It was just before Death Grip came out. And dude,
like,
that
every
was,
time I die, like they made a
show.
point to like make sure every fucking show was absolutely bonkers. Like Keith has always been just a fucking wild man. So,
and this was 2006. This is 2006. Every time I die, these are guys that are in their like early 20s, 21 years old. I mean, dude, the bands, the crowds were fucking insane. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I went off on that tangent.
That was good. That's fun.
Is it's okay.
The tooth.
That was the
incident.
I thought I lost my teeth.
Yeah.
So somebody launched somebody. Joe was standing in front of me. Joe's shorter than me, and somebody got launched through the air. They landed on top of Joe. The back of Joe's head went right into my mouth, and he hit me so hard that I couldn't feel my teeth. I couldn't feel my mouth at all. I could not feel my mouth at all. And I was like, with my tongue, I was touching my front teeth, and I'm like, oh my God, they're not there. Because I was numb. I couldn't feel them because I bit my tongue too, and I couldn't feel anything. And I thought I lost all my teeth. So I'm like, I have my fingers, I'm touching my mouth, like, like doing like all this shit. And I could feel it with my hands, but I couldn't feel it with my mouth. So I was like freaking out at the same time. It was, I don't know. I was so scared. I thought I lost all my front teeth.
See, it's not
fun.
So scared. Until someone gets hurt, and then it's a fucking riot. Then it's fun, and that's exactly what just happened.
That was like one of the scariest. I mean, I've had a lot of scary moments, but that was like a top tier scary moment. Like me losing my teeth, even though I didn't lose my teeth, but the fear of me losing my teeth was terrifying. That's like my only real phobia is teeth. I don't like teeth stuff.
Like you don't want to lose your teeth, or you just want to like see someone lose their teeth.
I don't want to lose teeth. I don't want to watch people lose teeth. I don't want to see people chew ice. I don't want to see people like open things with their teeth. That's like the only thing. I could watch people kill each other. Just people with teeth. I can't do teeth, man. That's the only thing that actually like makes me feel uncomfortable. I've watched some gnarly shit, but fucking teeth shit, that's the only thing that makes me squirm.
I feel like we're in a day and age where like it's just teeth, dude. Like
you can
buy a brand new fucking mouth. Like it's not a big deal, and it's not that expensive anymore. Still expensive, but it's not as expensive as it used to be even 5-10 years ago. So teeth,
Even still, it's something I can't. I've never been able to get over. But anyway, fucking tangents, man. All right, so my number one banger off this record, Demonology and Heartache. Wow. This is my favorite Atreyu song. This is my favorite Atreyu song ever. Later in the record, I don't give a fuck.
This is your favorite Atreyu song?
This is my favorite Atreyu song.
Okay.
Absolute. I love the main riff, the guitar lick on there, the lead part. It's fucking incredible. There's like some really cool twin solos, twin dueling guitars and everything throughout this. It's just a fucking fantastic song. Also, the way that Brandon dictates the pace of this song on the drums is truly incredible. His transitions within just the verses themselves, like not speeding up, but changing course to intensify Alex's, screaming, and then the transitions into his big faster choruses and everything like that. Just everything about this song is perfectly structured, perfectly written. And once again, because Brandon he's really a truly awesome drummer. He's not the most technical guy, but that's totally fine because he writes really, really fucking good songs and really good parts. So I love that. Also, the back and forth vocals between Alex and Brandon during those pre-choruses, absolutely perfect. I love it too. So Dan and Travis kill it on the guitars, like I mentioned. The lead solos, or just the lead parts, I should say. The lead parts and the choruses, and really throughout this whole song, are fucking great. And also a precursor to what we hear a lot of on Congregation of the Damned, which I talked about on the Rankings episode. That entire record is filled with Dan and Travis's lead guitars just all over the fucking record. But this song is a great example of what they were going to be doing on future records as well. It's just it's fucking incredible.
That's good. That's cool. That's something.
Great bridge. Come on, man. That breakdown on the bridge.
This is my 4B. This is my 4B.
It's just a little too low, man. It's a little too low.
This made my top, like, of obscure band of a genre I don't like, of a band that I don't care that much about. My top 4 songs on the record is still too low. Okay. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Maybe this might be my second favorite song, because I really do love Someone Standing on My Chest too. It's really a toss up between that song and Demonology. I fucking love both the songs. No, okay, sorry, continue.
I do like this song a lot. No, it's good. You have hold on, dude. You have more history, nostalgia. So like I get it. That's fine. Yeah, it's fun. This song is fun. Like, the aggressive parts are fun, fast. It's fucking too fast at points to not be a banger either. Like, I do like the chorus. I like the drums. They keep the fast pace, but the guitar slows down, and like the chords are slower, and the singing is obviously slower. But I like the drums, like you said, dictate the pace. And that long scream after like the chorus into the bridge part, that's just so good, right? Wild.
It's a long scream. Yeah.
Like, that was like it kept going on and on and on. I was like, damn, dude, that's pretty. I started smiling. That's pretty good. That was pretty fun. That was good. I like that. You did a good job. And
people are always like so impressed by Chester Bennington on the Linkin Park song "Given Up." You know, that really long scream he does, which is really cool. It's really good. And Chester was fantastic. But it's like, you hear a song like this, and Alex is doing something just as fucking rad.
Linkin Park. The more I listen to Hybrid Theory, the more I don't want to listen to it again. Honestly, every time I listen to Hybrid Theory, like, I don't want to listen to it again. And I have it on the vinyls, and I might purge it just because it's too much. It's too fucking much. Way too cheesy.
Very, very cheesy.
Also, the staccato part when he says, like, no life after death, where he's like, no life after death. Like, that is so fucking rad. But like, ultimately, the best part of this song for me is like the noodling, the smaller solos, right? Yeah. Like, beginning to the intro, but they're also very like lip gloss and black. So like, that is what they are really, really good at. Is like the back and forth in the guitars, the back and forth in the vocals, and the drums just kind of right in the middle, just like dividing everything. Like Moses, fucking everybody on this side, everybody on this side. Follow me. And yeah, no, you're right. This song is pretty damn good.
It is really fucking good, man.
What do I have as 3? I would put this at 3 then. I'll change this to 3.
Okay, good.
Just because, I'll put it at 3.
I mean, like on Suicide Notes.
I'll give it 4.
No, put it at 1.
No.
On Suicide Notes, I mean, there's some great back and forth guitar between Dan and Travis. I mean, I really, really do love that. But it's a back and forth. They're just playing off of each other and really doing their own things. But on this song, you just hear they're complementing each other, but they're also like intertwining their parts together. Like, Travis really holding down that rhythm so fucking well to let Dan just kind of be smooth with his leads. It's not the solos, man. It's the leads. His fucking leads are so good. Fucking hell, they're so good.
Yeah, I mean that's like noodling leads. That's what I classify as leads. Are just noodling because they're not leads in the sense where it's like hey, look at me. It's a little flourish to the end of a riff. It's like he does it whenever the fuck he wants to do it and whenever he thinks it's going to sound good. And so I do think like they do a lot of really, really good noodling throughout the course of this entire record. And it's not so much like a solo because sometimes they're extended like lead parts or noodles, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's cool. But also the lyrics too. The song is really, really, really badass. I like the second verse, even though this is so fucking cheesy. It's so goofy.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
But the second verse was like, I know what it's like when memories make you wince, and love letters read like obituaries, and photo albums are the books of the dead. I need no reminders, no more reminders. I'll forget the past and lay it to rest.
I love it too.
But it's like, dude, it's so cheesy, but like, who cares? Because it's love letters read like obituaries. Like that's savage stuff. That's just like emo kid savage stuff.
And overall, like the song talks about, you know, how he's telling this girl how he understands how she hurts, like how much she hurts, and he can relate to her because he's gone through the same things as she has. Like he sees that she's put up this facade, that this wall, this barrier to keep people out, but he could see through it. He knows what she's gone through, and he's trying to express that to her because he knows because he's healed himself. He knows how he can heal her as well. Yeah, there's some arrogance there, but you know he wants to make her feel better and be a better person no matter what, and that's really what this song is about. But damn, dude, yeah, that second verse is wild. But also the chorus. Let's talk about the chorus real quick. The lyrics. I love singing this chorus. It's one of my favorite choruses to sing. But damn, dude, the lyrics are so ridiculous. So
they are ridiculous.
If I had my way, I'd cut. If I had my way, I'd cut the calluses off your breaking heart. If I could get past the sternum, cauterize those wounds with every kiss I could give to you. I'm holding your heart in my hands. The reason it still beats.
That's that last
dude,
last
so
line, dude.
Good.
I'm holding your heart in my hands. The reason it still beats.
Still beats.
Am I too cryptic? Am I too obscure? This guy's wild, dude. This guy's just writing, just fucking like taking like every page out of like the emo kid handbook possible.
Yeah, and the way that Brandon sings that chorus too. If I had my way, like the way the melody is just so good, and the way he cuts off certain parts like in the line to emphasize another part of the line or the lyrics is fucking fantastic. I love it. I mean, as far as I know too, Alex writes all of the lyrics on this record, so whatever Brandon is singing, at least to the best of my knowledge, whatever Brandon's singing, Alex wrote. But yeah,
which is even like more wild because like Alex is the one that's fucked up and emotionally just like vulnerable all the time, and having someone else sing it because like either A, like you're not a good singer, or B, you don't feel comfortable singing your own songs. Like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So dude, good though, dude. And photo albums are the books of the dead. Like what the fuck is like that's?
Well, it's fucking perfect. Photo albums are the books of the dead. Like
it is.
Of dead memories. Like just. Oh, I love it.
But more often than not, like bad memories, because there's a reason, like, unless that person fucking died, like, there's a reason you're not with that person anymore. So we look at old pictures, it brings up bad memories, death, like, like.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just, I don't know. Like, no one else said that before, right? So, like, I don't know. It's good. It's good.
I love it.
Super fucking emo, super cheesy.
But the best, Jerry, the best.
Good. It's good.
All right. So what do you got? What's your 2B? Number 2.
Right side of the bed.
Right side of the bed. Let's get into this. Is the first single from the record. This is the first song I heard from this record as well. I remember the video came out. Saw it on MTV2. Fucking killer song. You know, a video for the time, for its day.
It's a stupid video. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Right side of the bed. It's my number 6. I still do love this song. I really love this song.
You just are we? I didn't know. I didn't get the memo that we're not doing like singles as our top Bs. I thought we're doing deeper cuts as our top Bs. So that's why I
right side of the bed's not a B, and it's a single.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
You so like our top Bs. You're not doing the singles as your top Bs.
Yeah.
Where I thought we were just like doing our normal top Bs, but you're trying too hard to not put singles as your top
Well,
Bs. So
just wait till we get to the Crimson. So
that's not going to be for me. So
you're the worst. You're the idiot.
Right Side of the
There's
Bed
no
is
way.
like,
Wait. The Crimson is not a. Oh, we'll get into it. Okay, sorry. Right Side of the Bed.
Right Side of the Bed, like as far as intros go, like it's Lip Gloss and Black, it's Right Side of the Bed, and it's X's and O's. Like those are the three most iconic intros for all Atreyu, in my non-metalcore loving Atreyu opinion. Like those are the three most iconic intros for all of them, right? Like would you?
Yeah, I
would agree.
Ballpark
here. Okay,
I would agree because the, I mean they're the biggest singles for sure. They're staples in the live show. Those are really the most iconic songs. Openers, I should say. Openings to a song.
At least the first, like especially, and they're all pretty. I mean, I guess like X's and O's and Right Side of the Bed are more similar than Lip Glosses, but I don't know. I like for me, I don't have a lot of nostalgia with this band, so I'm only going off of like when I hear Right Side of the Bed, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I do actually have nostalgia with this band. And that's what happens with a band like this is I don't realize I know more of these songs until we start going through it. And then I think, oh, fuck yeah, I remember being at like Brian Moore's. I remember being at this other house party on RDO or anywhere else we used to party at. And Right Side of the Bed came on. But like, it's still a good fucking song, dude. Like those pinch harms at the end of the riff. Like,
oh, it's so good.
They're so stupid. Like, what are you doing here? It's so stupid. But it's fucking so good. And this song really is just riffing. This entire song is just them riffing around, goofing off, building a song around a bunch of cool riffs. Like, how can we just dick around and noodle and still make a banger of a song? And
absolutely.
It's this chorus, dude. This chorus might be like the catchiest, best chorus in the record. It's so fucking simple. It's so stupid. It's so good.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the catchiest on the record. It's also like one of the most mid-tempo songs on the record too. It doesn't drive a riff at you or anything like that. It's riff heavy, but it's not driven by the riff, if you know what I mean. Like there's so much more going on. Brandon's drumming, the way Alex is singing, because Alex doesn't just scream on this song. He has some clean vocals, but they're like, it's almost like he's arguing with himself. He does this a few times on the record, but like he'll do like one line of clean vocals, but then at the end he'll kind of scream it, but then he'll come back with the next line where he's just screaming, like he's yelling at himself. He's fighting with himself, and then it'll drop into the chorus or another part or whatever it may be. I mean, this song is so fucking great, man. It's so fucking great.
And that solo, dude, that solo is fucking wild. And I don't like solos just being dropped in the middle of a song where you're supposed to put a solo. Like, just put some fucking nuance to it, dude. So I do like when solo just abruptly stop. And then, like, so long as we can instantly take a breath and relax and chill and then get right back into it. And that's, like, exactly what happens here. That solo just stops and then we get back into that main riff and it kind of, like, quiets out a little bit. So, like, you're able – and I always think of songs like this as, like, if I'm in the pit, what am I doing right now? So that solo's going. We're going crazy, right? Sweat's fucking. There's beer all over the floor. I'm soaked already. And the solo stops, and I'm like, fuck, I'm taking a breath. But am I standing still? Fuck no. I'm still kind of like walking fast around the pit, pushing people around, like dodging fucking blows, trying not to get crowd kill. And I know, like, in about the next 20 seconds, I'm going to need to be on my fucking A game. And that's the way I imagine this song.
100%, man. 100%.
It's so good.
It is so good. And once again, the transitions, man. Brandon's transitions. He does this like really cool kind of like simple drum part leading into that guitar solo too. So it doesn't really just drop into it. Yeah, exactly. And then Alex is screaming on top of it. He kind of lets this kind of like not wail, but he just kind of lets this extended scream go out as it drops into that solo too. So it's not. Everything kind of overlaps with itself, and it bleeds so well into the solo, and got just like a really, really well crafted song.
It really is. Like never felt so right. Then and like just like little fucking bends. Yeah. Let's go.
Man, dude, the song is it. Like I said, it's a really, really well crafted song. Lyrically, I think this is one of the weaker songs on the record. It's about a cheating ex, and how she just broke his heart and this and that, which is, whatever. It's common. It's a very common thing. But I think this is the the weakest of his stuff on here.
I mean, like, I think it's all weak because, like, just relationship woes. Like, ugh, okay, grow up. But this to me, like, seemed like a farewell letter to a relationship. Like, the guy knew this girl was damaged going in, but still took on her problems as his own. Like, even after seeing her, like, fuck him over time and time again, he's just, at this point, he's over it completely. And I think the bridge part of this is super solid. When he says, like she looks so good, but he still feels right. And, like, oh, that's cool, man. Like he's, even though he objectively says, like, oh, I am still, like, attracted to you, but nah, I ain't gonna fuck with that. I ain't gonna fuck with it.
And I never felt so right. She never looked so good. And I never felt so right. And then
and like, honestly, that
drops,
like,
man.
in concept, that is goofy as fuck.
It's so
but
goofy.
Like in like practice, damn.
And the fact that I'm doing this and singing it makes it even dumber and goofier.
Dude, when they slay that part,
it's so good.
It really is good. This is such a fucking banger of a song. I don't even care, dude. So don't pretend like the singles aren't like the biggest bangers, because they are.
No, I mean I love Right Side of the Bed. I really, really do. Dude, this fucking song, it fucking came out. I think it probably leaked. So I had it on one of my mix CDs, and this is shortly after I got my driver's license. So I had my car. My dad had given me his old car, his old fucking 1995 Isuzu Rodeo stick shift, and I was fucking driving all over Orange County, man. I would just go out and just fucking just drive, just fucking cruise by myself. I pick up friends, pick up you. You know, do you remember my old Isuzu Rodeo? That gray,
I do.
That old stick shift, man. We would just fucking cruise around in that, and listen to music. And I had this on a mix CD, and I remember it was summertime. It was like getting really hot out here in Orange County. And I just remember just cruising around, like, during the day, at night. Like, I'd be out at like 9 o'clock at night, just driving by myself around Yorba Linda or Anaheim. Just fucking, the song would just be blaring through those shitty ass speakers in the car. So, yeah, man, it was so much nostalgia. And then this fucking record drops, and I went out and bought this record too, The Curse, and I just listened to this record non-fucking stop. Damn, dude, I fucking love this record. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't have that much nostalgia with this, nor have I listened to this record probably more than like a dozen times in its entirety, front to back.
That's crazy. I mean, when this came out, I probably listened to it a dozen times in a week when it came out. Dude, I love it. I dig it. So yeah, Right Side of the Bed. That's your 2B. That's my 6B. So, ready to get into my 2B?
Yeah, what's your 2B?
The Crimson Baby.
Wow.
This is the big single. Like, this is the big song. This is the big single from this record.
Wow.
And this did not make your B list?
No, it's my 6B. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. So I mean, this one.
This is not a fucking top 3 though. That's crazy.
I think the chorus in this. The chorus in this song is arguably the best chorus on this entire record, hands down. Hands down. The way that Brandon sings, like, in this almost like lower register at the beginning of the chorus, and then he just kind of like fluctuates, and dude, I think it's so this record, I mean, this song is so smooth, and then also it starts with like the clean guitar, and then the clean guitar continues through most of that first verse. You get this like the basic rhythm guitar, drums that are kind of heavy, Alex is screaming, but then you still have that underlying clean guitar, and then it drops into like this heavier riff, whatever, and then it builds a little bit, and then it drops into the big ass chorus. I fucking love it. I love
so
it.
Like there's I guess I have several things, but one, this is like the perfect third single. Like this is the perfect third single, because like it shows what the band can do, and it shows what the band's about, but like this is not strong enough for a lead or a second. It's also like kind of like meh enough to be easily digestible for people that are kind of getting into this band but are not like waiting for this album to drop, but it's also still catchy enough to still be a single. So like I think this was a perfect fucking single, or a perfect third single. Also like that intro part, like I remember even back when I heard this, like I listened to this years ago, it always reminds me of the song Reflections by From Autumn to Ashes. And I only know it because Rudy fucking always sang this and From Autumn and Ashes all the time. So I was like, I felt you slip away. Like both of those intros, that one and this song, like they do the fucking the same exact intro. But then like also like the little fucking lead guitar part, it sounds like the Men at Work song. That fucking that fucking sax part that's happening in that fucking I can't remember that song that is. But it sounds the lead guitar part in this, the it's a little bit more hardcore up than that, but it's the Men at fucking Work song. It's the same fucking notes. Otherwise, this is a great song, dude. It's super solid. This is my 6B. This is the last like true B that I have. Everything else after this, I think it was super solid, fun, good listen. But this was my last true B.
Okay.
But I think through and through, like if we were to argue over anything, I think that we would argue over that this should be the third single.
No,
it does not deserve to be. No, that's silly boy
this
talk.
Is the lead single.
This is not showcase what Atreyu was about.
But see, this is like also this is the big fan favorite from the record. Like you talk to anybody who likes this band, who likes this record, they're gonna tell you they're gonna say Crimson is the biggest song on this record,
because it's the third single, and that's what we do with third singles. The lead single is going to be too poppy and too popular, and we can't like a lead single. But I still want to like their big one, so let's pick the third single. That's what a third single does, dude.
I get it. I still think you're wrong. I think you're wrong there. But lyrically, it's very Anne Rice based. Vampire Chronicles, Interview with the Vampire, Vampire Lestat, things like that. Queen of the Damned. It's the story of a vampire who's constantly devastated each time he has to go out and kill, which is Interview with the Vampire. That's what that is.
Grow up,
Brad Pitt. In the movie, but anyway, yeah. So that's really what it is. But I think that's just the story that the song tells. But really, the underlying meaning is just him having to tell somebody who he really cares about his darkest secrets and possibly addictions and things like that. Because at the time, Alex was dealing with a lot of addictions, especially with alcohol. He's come out, even at the time, he was after this record during the Lead Sales era, and even on Death Grip, he was talking about how he was a heavy drinker. And then after he quit drinking, he lost a shit ton of weight, got into like jujitsu, got into all that kind of stuff. Muay Thai and all that kind of stuff. And but yeah, no, he was super into drinking and pill popping and all that. Who knows what else, to be honest. But I think that's what a lot of the lyrics on the first three Atreyu records are about, are his addiction too. So that's what I think this is about. Just being honest with somebody he really cares about and being very careful about what he says to them and confides in them. So
yeah, I mean, like this is like that metaphor of vampirism. To like, this is not like, how did I get to this point in my life, right? Like, why am I here? Like, who, I don't recognize this person that is looking back at me. How the fuck did this happen? And that kind of like reflection is often done by like anybody, really, not just alcoholics or drug addicts, but like anybody in a relationship or in life or at a job. Like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, who are you, dude? When did you sell out, man?
Yeah,
it's a good third single. It's a good third single, though.
It's a great song. So what's your 3B, third banger?
Let's Nevada's Grace. Nevada's Grace is my third banger.
Oh my god. Okay, that's my 10B. That's my 10B.
There's a very specific reason why I like this, and it's this sounds like a day to remember, dude. Like, this sounds exactly like a day to remember.
I don't think it sounds. I mean, you're a bigger Day to Remember fan than I am, but even still, I've listened to all their stuff. I mean, this is certainly better than almost everything a Day to Remember have done.
That's okay. Let's not be crazy here.
I'm not being crazy.
All I was saying was that this sounds like a Day to Remember. I wasn't trying to be facetious or anything, but don't forget, like, Day to Remember came out after this too. So
yeah, and
like,
they did
they liked
a lot.
Atreyu a lot. They loved Atreyu. and like they took a lot from Atreyu. But yeah, this is a Day to Remember song through and through. Even though it's before,
Okay.
but whatever. That's why I like it a lot. Very fast, like full guitar chords, right? Like very much like Billy Joel Armstrong's. What's the Billy Joel Osment, full guitar chords.
You're fucking with all the names today.
All the names, dude. Very fast, full guitar chords, right? That sound modulated and minor, so it adds a little bit of depth. And like the riffing in the verses are just so damn good. And I love that tone. A little synthy sounding, but I love that tone. And like the loud bell hits throughout, dude. It's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Fucking being annoying, but not too annoying, but making sure that I know you're there. And let's drive the song forward. Love it.
Also, what I like what Brandon does, he does do the bell hits, but he also likes to do them on the offbeat as well to kind of like really kind of throw you off. I love the offbeat bell hits. I think it's a great touch to this song and to other songs as well. And comparing it to a Day to Remember song or anything that they've ever done, I mean, this song is just incredibly heavier than anything a Day to Remember could ever hope to be. I mean, this song hits fucking hard. I mean, the cool little drum intro,
okay.
the cool little drum intro immediately drops into the chorus with Brandon, which, you know, Brandon's stuff is usually happier, poppier and all that, and that's fine. But then you drop into that verse, the double bass, not quick tempo, but just the double bass, the offbeat bell hits, fucking incredible. But then the second part of the verse hits, and it's just like it just completely picks up energy. It doesn't pick up tempo, just picks up energy with the way that Brandon is playing the drums. Just like his beat change is not the tempo, but the beat change dictates the energy of the song and the flow of the song, and that's what's so fucking good about it. And then you get the bridge. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's quieter.
It's like the only part of the entire record where like, oh wow, you guys do have a bass player. That's cool.
I know.
And now you get to hear him play stuff. And again, like this is very Day to Remember, and they clearly took a lot from this record because they have a lot of songs where they go into a bridge like this and it's slowed down. But usually Jeremy's kind of singing a little bit. And like I really thought like, God damn, dude, like Day to Remember really did take a lot from these guys. And I mean, like I've known that they like Atreyu a lot, so that's not a big secret or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I because this sounds a lot like Day to Remember, and I see a Day to Remember being birthed from this song. That's why I like this song a lot.
Okay, that's fair. And you know, we haven't really talked about, you know, who played bass on this record. It was a guy named
Jason Newsted, probably
Tom McDonald. He was in a Canadian band called Headley. I don't really remember anything about this band. But they were in between. I mean, Chris Thompson had already quit the band at this point, and they had nobody.
He's not existed on this record. Like,
I mean, I totally agree with you.
Honestly.
I mean, it's just the bass playing on this record. It's not that it's non-existent, but there's nothing
two
that really
parts.
stands out.
It's this song and then fucking My Sanity on the Funeral Pyre. Those are the only two times on the entire record that you.
But
hear
it's still important to talk about because they were between basses at this point. Chris Thompson had left the band. Not that his contribution to Suicide Notes was.
Son.
Yeah, exactly. The news anchor or the weather guy, but it's not like Chris Thompson had a huge major part on Suicide Notes. I mean, the bass playing on that record wasn't nothing really stand out.
This isn't a bass heavy genre. Like this is not what it is.
It's not even after this. I mean, Mark McKnight came in after or shortly after the record was recorded. Like I mentioned earlier, joined on the tour. He's been in the band ever since, but none of his bass parts have ever really stood out. Nothing is really, honestly, nothing memorable. I mean, I hate to say it because I mean, I'm sure he tries. I know he tries very hard.
Yeah, of course he does. Not saying he's a bad bass player. It's just
no, he's not a bad bass player at all. But
I mean, like
his parts aren't
taking
anything
the four.
to write home about.
I mean, fucking hell, dude! Like everybody, here we go again. If we're taking the four main like ingredients to a rock band, the bass is always fucking number 4. That's just the way it is. And you talk about a genre like this. Like, dude, the bass is, you can take him out entirely and like nobody would give a fucking shit. Like, really, nobody would care. Because the drummer can pick up the pace. The drummer can pick up that slack.
Yeah. And the drummer does. I mean, in a lot of these bands, not just Atreyu.
Especially in fucking Atreyu.
Yeah, but it's not just Atreyu. You look at Avenged Sevenfold too. I mean, Johnny Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy, stupid name. But, you know, Johnny, I mean, the guy, I mean, I forgot who the guy who was before him. But, you know, both of them, it's just, it's not important. I mean, the Rev, makes up for any sort of pace change or anything like that, or churching up of anything. And same with Brooks Wackerman and Dave and Mike Portnoy and the other. I forgot the other drummer's name. But
it really is, dude. Like in especially in metalcore, it's just like these drummers grew up listening to like other metal drummers who are really good, right? Like guys like in Cozy Powell and stuff that are playing stupid fucking bands, but are really, really good drummers. And so they can learn how to just like, you know, keep the beat and then also make sure that we don't miss the bass player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, dude.
All right, so do we have anything else on Nevada's Grace?
No, that's it.
All right. I mean, lyrically, actually, we haven't talked about the lyrics here. What do you have lyrically on this one?
I think this is about someone who was so closed up emotionally that they thought they'd never find someone until they obviously do. That's what I thought it was about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's just so madly in love with this girl. He's so broken, but she gives him all the strength he needs to feel good about himself and the world and all that kind of stuff. That's what it is. Still a good song, still great lyrics. I really, really do like the lyrics on this particular song too. So it's good stuff.
What was it? I mean, obviously this is a B for you because every fucking song is a B.
Correct.
What B is this for you?
The dog's clickety clacking all through the hallway and everything like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Dogs are so dumb.
Dogs are so dumb.
Good.
Yeah, I mean this is a lower tier beer. Lower tier.
Hold on there, dude.
B. Lower tier B, but I still love the song. It's still fucking great.
Good.
But still lower tier. So, that was your 3B, right?
That was my 3B. Yes, I don't have any more B's, dude.
Okay.
Let me just look real quick. Yeah, I don't have any more B's.
No more beer. No more B. Dude, why do I keep saying beer?
It's hard to say B's
Jesus.
without saying beers, I guess, right?
I mean, clearly. Let's get through one more song for me, and then we'll get into the cover song, right?
Yeah. I mean,
we got to talk about the Bon Jovi song. We got to talk about the Bon Jovi song. We still got to do it. So my 3B, because I mean, my 3B is This Flesh a Tomb. Fourth song. I think it's fourth song. Does this sit anywhere for you?
This was interesting. Okay, so like this song, I thought like fell more in line with like the hardcore emo, kind of like the Finch or the Thursday.
Yeah.
Than it was like anything else, like the more aggressive butt kisses. This was not a B for me, but
Okay.
this is one of the songs where I thought like the kids who want to sing along to a song to show the other kids like I'm not just a Fairweather fan. Like this is the song they would pick because
Okay.
like, oh yeah, I get it. So that makes sense.
Okay, that's
like
something.
This is like the song. This is the song you learn when you think like, oh fuck, I don't want to be a poser. So you pick like a song that's kind of a deep cut, but also still kind of good, but still kind of a boring song. Nothing bad
like
about
it.
this. It's just
Okay.
like it's only. I think it's only defining moment as a solo.
I think you're being a little bit disrespectful toward me. Trying to say I'm like a Fairweather friend. But okay, so this is where
not
you're
at
wrong.
all. I think that like that's what other people would do.
Which
here.
is you implying that that's me for whatever reason.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, okay. So this is a song that I always kind of forget about until you always kind of forget about until you listen to, and then you really break it down. You realize how really unique and fucking awesome this song is, both structurally and songwriting and melodically. So there's some great guitar leads and great guitar parts on this song, but also in the verses, like the first half of the verses, there's some great back and forth between Alex and Brandon with the clean and unclean vocals. Some great shit here, and then it drops into like some heavier stuff with just Alex, screaming, and then it drops into that big fucking chorus, which is so catchy and arguably one of the catchier choruses on this entire record, which nobody really talks about. Also, Brandon's drumming on here, there's some really, really sick pop punk drum fills on here. You know, very much like Jimmy World's in the Middle. You know, that drum fill I love to do. Yes, but without the ga at the end, just the so many of those pop punk drum fills are littered all over this fucking song. It's fucking killer. Also, that bridge, how can you not love that bridge? It's goofy. It's a little bit over the top with the lead guitar solo, just the tapping and everything like that. They're both doing the tapping at the same time, but it's not on the higher string. It's on a little bit of the lower strings.
There's some good, incredible. There's some good growls too. Like
there's some good shit on here, man.
No, it's good. It's a good song. I have nothing against the song. I just it's not a big for me.
I think it's just one of those songs when you forget about it until you hear it and you realize, oh my God, this song is actually really, really fucking good. Ay. Anyway, incredible fucking song. Incredible song. Incredible record. So, I mean, there were 5 songs or 4 songs we haven't really talked about, but it's okay. We don't have to really get into them.
We can run through. We wrote notes for them. We can run through them.
We did. Yeah, we did. So, I mean, okay, we can run through them. This Flesh Tomb we talked about. Yeah. You Eclipsed by Me. Heavier, one of the heavier songs on the record for sure.
I thought this song specifically, like the drums carried this song. I thought the drums dictated the gate, the drums dictated the pacing, and everybody followed that. And I love when we get like that double bass and a long scream. Like that's good shit right there.
It's really, no, it's killer. But I mean, in the end, this is like, if I'm going to put a filler song on the record, it would be this one. This is a lower tier banger for me because it has a catchy halftime chorus, but it's heavy, but it just doesn't click the same way the other songs do. So I don't know. And lyrically, this is the only song to me that doesn't really fit the whole.
It's posy, right? It's a posy song.
No, I don't think it's a posy song. I think it's just what he's talking about is not like another girl or about his own addictions or anything like that. I feel like this is more about like a friendship he has with somebody whose ego is just very, very big. Somebody possibly in the scene and somebody who just really kind of fucked him over like too many times, and just somebody who's not a romantic relationship, I should say. Just somebody like a friend.
I thought like he got fucked over hard by someone and he's making this like conscious decision to like grow from it and be better from it no matter how hard it is for him. Like, I'm going to be a better person from this. That's how I saw this one.
I think I agree with you on that. But that's like the chorus. Like the chorus is this uplifting thing. Like I'm gonna rise above your ego. I'm gonna rise above. Yeah.
But the bridge too. Like, I will not be broken, though I am the one that bleeds.
But
that's just
end,
good though. I'm making fun of it.
Good,
I fucking love that bridge.
It's such a great. Yeah, it's so fucking. It's so heavy. But in the end, it's about like a friend who really just kind of stabbed you in the back. You thought you were friends for years, but then you realize like, wow, they're actually kind of a shitty fucking person, and they've only just been bringing me down my whole life, or our whole friendship, our whole relationship, and that's what it's about. But then like overcoming that and then being a better person. So yeah, it has its positive aspects to it, especially in the choruses. But overall, it's about just hanging out with a shitty friend. So then we have the Remembrance Ballad. This is literally a ballad. This is their first big ballad. This is their first ballad actually they've ever done. Obviously slower, some great leads, some great guitar stuff on here, but this is my least favorite song.
Like if I were to like put a number on it, the only song maybe even worse than this is the intro, but even the interlude I think is better than this. But this is truly like the worst song. It's not very good. I always think of like shit like this when like the singer like pulls the mic away, like and you like this thing. Yeah. God, I hate that shit. Like, fuck off.
Very, very Creed. Very. Yeah. But lyrically, I like this one. It's about his overwhelming fear of death. Of not being remembered, not having a legacy, not leaving a legacy, not being able to say the things you should have said, and then. Also, the big question, what happens to us after we die? So I do like the lyrics a lot on this song, but I think the song itself is it's a little weak. So
very weak.
Yeah. Sorry. Interlude comes next. We already talked about that. Unless you have anything else to say about it, but
nah.
Corsetting comes up. Honestly, the heaviest song on the whole record. That riff fucking crushes. And the leads are insanely good and really
This is the
appropriate.
hardest he's screamed on the entire record.
Yeah, exactly.
He screams hard. Like, damn, bro. Like,
it's fucking
you
intense.
need like a lozenge or some shit after that because it's wild. And sometimes he's just screaming for no reason. And like he's going longer than he needs to just for the sake of like, yeah, I can do this as long as I fucking want. And it's wild.
Yeah, and also Brandon has no vocals on this song. It's only Alex and maybe some like backup screams, but otherwise there's no clean vocals on this entire song. It's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds long, but even still,
Perfect time
it's
too,
a
dude.
brutal song. Dude, it's heavy riffage. It's intense. I mean, I think Alex's screaming is fantastic on this fucking song.
What
It's a
was
brutal
that?
song.
What B was that for you?
Corsetting is my 5B.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Because it's really the standout because it is just so fucking heavy. It's so heavy.
Okay.
But lyrically, I think it's one of those things where it has two meanings. With the whole one being the whole vampire thing and being in love, all that kind of stuff, and then just the other thing is more about just being in a romantic relationship and him being a shitty person. He understands all of his shortcomings, but he's never going to be able to kind of get over her, even though he knows that she should leave him and all that kind of stuff. So, that's what I get from it. But I think this is like Corsetting to me was like the most. This is the hardest one to kind of get into lyrically because I could only view like the vampire aspect of it. Like it was harder for me to.
Right there.
I know. I mean, it's so obvious. Yeah. But whatever. It's cool. So another song, My Sanity on the Funeral Pyre. Another fucking heavy hitter, man. heavy fucking hitter.
My favorite part of this one is the spoken word shit. Like one of the few real times the bass also cuts through, like we talked about Nevada's Grace, and it's kind of in the front, kind of on this song, and I like that part. Like that was the defining moment of that song for me. But it's a good song. It was solid.
Yeah. Also another song where Alex, it sounds like he's fighting with himself with his vocals. He has the kind of cleaner stuff, but it's still angry and pissed off. But then he drops into like a screaming thing, and he's just fighting with himself. It's frantic, kind of schizophrenic almost at moments. And then some like great like thrashy guitar stuff too. It's fucking super sick. Love the choruses. Killer song.
Is it as thrashy as the song Frantic?
It is thrashier than the Metallica song Frantic. Yeah. Frantic, tick, tick, frantic, tick.
I like that song. I go, fuck.
Outside of those lyrics, the song that Metallica song is killer.
That song's a banger, dude. It's a banger.
All right. So we talked about Nevada's Grace. The only two songs we haven't talked about are Five Vicodin, Chase with a Shot of Clarity. I don't know. I love the intro.
I don't know why you want to talk about the fucking Bon Jovi thing so much. It's not good.
I don't think it's very good. It's like the only song worse than that song is the Remembrance Ballad. The only song worse is the Remembrance Ballad.
So like if we're ranking those songs, like no, the Bon Jovi's the worst song.
No, it's not. No.
It's stupid. It's not good. Like we're talking like a legendary song, dude. Like that. Like Bon Jovi has like 6 songs that are legendary, that are beyond bangers, and these guys took it and made it fucking dumb. So I don't want. I would rather end on Five Vicodin than I would on the Bon Jovi cover.
Okay, so let's get into Five Vicodin.
Okay, that sounds like the Bon Jovi cover is dumb. I don't want to fuck when we're talking about it, and like it's embarrassing when you're closing your set out with a cover song. So anyway, Five Vicodin, Chase with a Shot of Clarity. I like that the song jumps right into it after Nevada. Like both, I think, complement each other, and this one's definitely like the closest I would have also come to a banger. So like maybe a 7B. I think it's a great closer. A lot of different parts that like kind of encompass the whole record as a whole. It's fun stuffs. But like, what makes a song for me is the breakdown. Just so simple, dude. Very like roots metalcore sounding. Right? When people talk about like roots reggae and like roots like blues and stuff, it's like getting down to like what what we started off as in this genre. This is a very roots like metalcore breakdown, slow, dramatic, simple, but it still builds on itself and pushes the song forward in a way. And I love the outro too. Like, what an easy way to get people just fucking instantly involved and just like, let's just shout shit, right? Fuck it. Let's just shout shit.
that outro, man. The outro is almost as, I wouldn't say it's as good as Lip Gloss and Black, but it has
fucking good though.
It has the same kind of the same feel where it's the metalcore outro with the big riffs, the whining lead guitar, because metalcore loves the whining guitar. Very new metal in a way too. So it has the whining lead guitar and then the big gang vocals. Like Lip Gloss and Black, live, love, burn, die. That was the big thing in Lip Gloss and Black. And this one, I forgot what they're saying right now, but it's
this
in the same
life.
vein.
This is struggle. This is love. This is war.
And then it has the pinch harmonics that
super cheesy.
So good. Super cheesy, but fucking great. I love it.
That's hardcore, dude. That's Bane to a fucking T, right? Like every fucking Bane song always had the get blood, get everything.
It's so dumb. And then lyrically, it's about his depression, being an addict, with alcohol, possibly pills, things like that. And then really just him kind of saying like it's not as glamorous as you're kind of led to believe by all the rock stars. That, it's just you use these substances to escape your depressive thoughts and anxiety, but it just ends up making it worse. But then you get addicted because at first it feels fucking great, but then you just get into a deeper hole and it's awful. And then eventually, like in the song, like it's like suicidal in the song.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, I think the lyrics on this song are really fucking deep. They're pretty straightforward, but they're fucking deep and they're dark, man. These lyrics are dark on this song.
They are
but
dark.
I like it. But I do like it because it's very vulnerable. It's very honest. I really like it. Yeah.
That's what Primus like it.
So there you go.
I think we did it, dude.
5 Vicodin. We fucking did this record.
We did it.
I mean, we could talk about the artwork. I like the artwork a lot.
That artwork's stupid. It's fucking
come on,
dumb, dude. It's
the
dumb.
The hot chick with vampire teeth. Come on, in the lingerie.
Dumb.
It is stupid. It is stupid, but it's very of this record, like fitting the theme of this record.
Dude, this artwork
and
is
also,
My Chemical Romance, is what it is. It's fucking. Stupid.
But it's a little bit more like erotic. You know what I mean? With the girl in her lingerie. You know what I mean? It's of its time. It falls in line with the theme of the record, with the vampire stuff, with the fangs, the blood, and all that kind of stuff.
It's too much.
Whatever.
It's too much. Too much of this.
Too much of this. Too much bacon.
Too much of this.
Yeah. All right. So so there's that. So let's wrap it up. Give our final thoughts on the record. Rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Go. Why are you whispering?
I was going to ask, could you hear me whispering?
Yes, of course I can hear you whispering.
Okay. So like my I will give my rating within the umbrella term of like metalcore and stuff like that, because like obviously there's not a perfect record. When it's put it up against the greatest of all time, that's just silly. But that's also not fair to put this up against the greatest records of all time. Like we're not comparing this to Led Zeppelin 2, and that's not fair to this record because it doesn't want to be that. So this scene is not a scene that I was ever invested in. I was there. I watched a lot of these shows. I enjoyed a lot of it. It was fun hanging out with people that also enjoyed it, but I was never invested. Like I never really cared. I still don't really care. Shit, like my metalcore section is very small, and half of that is a day to remember, and the other half is just shit that like I know Renee will listen to if I buy it on vinyl.
That's so dumb.
I just don't fucking care, dude. I just don't care about this stuff because a lot of it is just fucking noise, and they just don't shut the fuck up. But like Atreyu is something different, and like Atreyu, and I think from now on I'm gonna start buying the album of the week on vinyls, and just like fuck it, that's gonna be my monthly purchase of things. Because even like an OG of this is like $60. That's
it's not that expensive.
That's not that crazy. And a lot of
Same
stuff
with
that we do.
Kisses. Like Butt Kisses is very cheap too.
Yeah.
The OG of that.
What's that?
It's my watch.
Oh, so
It's midnight. It's fucking midnight right now.
yeah. So this isn't. I don't know. This isn't wild in the scope of music, but to help define a genre. They didn't invent metalcore, but they also kind of sort of did invent metalcore with Butt Kisses, and then they reinvented metalcore with The Curse. For better or for worse, I think for worse. After this, I think metalcore just turned to absolute shit. And we got so much bad stuff that's still being reinvented as worse metalcore today, which is impressive to me. Even 20 years later, literally 20 years later, metalcore is still a genre that progressively gets worse. So I guess thank you, Atreyu, for giving us something cool, but also fuck you, Atreyu, for giving us something fucking atrocious. But under the umbrella of metalcore, this is a 2.8 because this isn't perfect. There's a lot of songs in here that I think are kind of filler, and this is not what I want metalcore to sound like. Therefore, this is not going to be a perfect score for me. But 2.8 under the umbrella term of metalcore.
All right, got it. All right, so The Curse, this is. I agree with you that this led to a lot of just mediocre to bad metalcore after this.
So much.
And I mean, I love new metal music, but there's a lot of garbage new metal music. There's a lot of bad music within every genre. I think it's just silly. It's silly to like just one genre of rock music or really any music in general, because there's a lot of garbage, derivative stuff within every genre. And honestly, Atreyu did it so well. They absolutely perfected it on their earlier records, and that's that's The Curse. Like we talked about, the the back and forth and the mashup between Alex and Brandon's vocals and the drumming and the guitar playing. The songwriting on this record is truly incredible. I don't think it's talked about enough. I don't think it's appreciated enough within any sort of music scene, even within the metalcore scene. Yes, metalcore scene.
Core scene?
Because honestly, when people talk about metalcore, they talk about Bring Me the Horizon, they talk about Ronnie Radke and Pierce the Veil, and they talk about Kill Switch, and they talk about fucking all these other bands, but nobody talks about Atreyu enough.
Nah,
it's too old.
It's too pure.
Yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for Atreyu and if it wasn't for the first two Atreyu records, dude, so much of these modern, over the last 15, almost 20 years now, these metalcore records would not be the same if it were not for these first two Atreyu records. It's fucking insane. And the band doesn't get enough credit within the scene, within the rock scene, within the hardcore scene, within the metal scene. Dude, I mean, look at a band like Sleep Token. I don't like Sleep Token, but goddamn, dude, you could hear a lot of Atreyu in Sleep Token. I fucking can't stand that band. But, dude, you can hear a lot of it in there. And it all stems from these first two Atreyu records. I love it. I don't give a fuck. We already talked about it.
Go ahead.
Perfect 3 out of 3. Perfect 3 out of 3.
Yep, there it is.
I don't do it. I don't give out perfect 3 out of 3s often.
But nobody's surprised. Don't worry.
I don't give them out often.
Don't worry. I'm not going to freak out.
It's a perfect album. Dude, I get it. It's not groundbreaking. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not groundbreaking like Zeppelin or Sabbath or the Beatles or fucking Nirvana or whatever, But goddamn, dude, I don't give a fuck. It's still fucking amazing. It's still a perfect record.
Okay.
We gave Unwritten Law a perfect score.
Didn't
we?
I don't think I did. I didn't give it.
Actually, I don't think I gave it a perfect score either. I'm just kind of being annoying because we haven't done any cyberbullying, which is crazy. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to give in to the cyberbullying. I know Skip wants it, but I'm not going to do it. All right. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's it. That's all.
Poops.